Mom! Mommy! Mama!
Can I just change my name? Hello everybody! I am making a video just for you parents today so you can see the top 10 fats that I recommend as a holistic nutritionist for your little ones. Fats are essential for the body. I don't care what you're reading, I don't care what you're watching, fats are necessary. They are essential for the body to function, and they're even more essential for our little ones, especially babies, toddlers. Fats are so essential and they should never be limited unless there are specific health conditions. So before I talk to you about the top 10 fats that I recommend, I want to tell you a little bit more about what fats are, how they're digested, different sources of them. Fats, there are a few different categories of fats. So you have your trans fats and damaged fats. Saturated would be grass-fed butter and coconut. Then you have polyunsaturated fats, which would be olive oil and avocados. You hear about this one, that's the most common one, which is the polyunsaturated fats, which are known as your omega-3s and your omega-6s. And these are the two most common fats that are talked about, written about when it comes to the development of children. When you consume fats, it starts in the mouth and actually in the stomach as well. So fats are separated from everything else in the food, and fats are not really digested in the mouth or the stomach. That is specifically for carbs and protein digestion. However, the mouth and the stomach help separate fats, so when it actually reaches the small intestine, fats are able to be digested a little bit better. So digestion of fats only happens in the small intestine, and that is supported by the liver and the gallbladder because they release bile, and that helps emulsify fats to smaller fat globules, which is then absorbed by the small intestine and transported to wherever the body needs these fats. Lipase is actually an enzyme that focuses on fat digestion as well too. So lipase and bile are the two things that actually focus on digesting and emulsifying the fats. So I mentioned trans fats as well. Trans fats are something that everybody in the entire world should avoid because they are so damaging to the body. It lowers the immune function. It has the ability to clog blood vessels, which is extremely dangerous. It also reduces heart function and nerve function, which you obviously need your heart to live. And trans fats can be found in fast food like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Popeyes. And margarine is another source of trans fat, which nobody should be consuming margarine because it is such a horrible thing to be putting into your body. Margarine is actually potentially contaminated with aluminum and nickel, which aluminum can cross the blood-brain barrier and affect brain function. Fats are, like I said, essential for the body, and they have multiple roles in the body, such as brain support, brain function, eye health, eye function, eye support. It's also really important for fueling the body. Fats and carbohydrates are your two macronutrients that provide energy sources to the body. Fats right now are the only thing that I'm talking about, but fats are essential for fuel to energize the body. It is also needed for the nerve coverings, which is called the myelin sheath, that protects the nerves from any kind of damage. And insulation obviously to keep our bodies warm and insulate our organs to protect them. Essential fats are also needed for bringing oxygen to our cells and cell division. So this means growth. And children, babies, toddlers are always growing. They're going through a growth spurt pretty much all the time. So they need those fats to support that growth and support that cell division. Okay, are you ready for my top 10 fat recommendations? So these are going to be all sources of healthy fats, both animal sources and plant-based sources of fats. Healthy fats are what I'm going to be talking about. So the first one is cold water fish. It is needed for brain development. Fish in general is rich in omega-3s and is needed for brain development, eye health, eye development. It is also really beneficial for the immune system as well. What you need to pay attention to when you are purchasing fish is look out for farmed fish. Farmed fish will have no essential fats it will be mass produced, which we want to avoid at all costs because they are fed antibiotics, grains to fatten them up. So companies that are selling this fish to other companies will have fatter pockets. Fatter fish equals fatter pockets. Types of fish you can consume: salmon, haddock, halibut, sea bass, trout, and sardines. These are all really great sources of fish, really great sources of omegas as well too. Coconut oil. I love coconut oil. I bake with it. I use it instead of butter since Liam and I have a really hard time digesting butter and digesting dairy in general, so I use coconut oil as a substitute. Coconut oil is really beneficial for brain function, for energy. It is a great source of energy. It can also help with blood sugar as well too because it is a fat. All fats are really good for balancing blood sugar. If blood sugar is an issue, you may see an increase of tantrums, so balancing that blood sugar can help with reducing tantrums, especially if your little one is throwing a ton of tantrums and you're kind of like, what the hell is going on with my child? Are they from hell? But it's okay because there can definitely be a blood sugar issue. So increasing their fat intake will help with that, and you may see a decrease in their tantrums too, which is a great thing if you ask me, because it will help sustain that energy level instead of having it yo-yoing and spiking and dropping. This will help, or fats in general will help just maintain a good source of fat utilization and energy. Flax. So I want to make a note about flaxseed, flax oil. Please keep it in the freezer because flax is such a sensitive fat that it will be damaged by light, by oxygen right away. So you want to store all that kind of seeds, nuts, especially flax, in the freezer so they won't become damaged, and also keep them in a dark container, dark bag, so it won't be damaged by the lights. So whole flax seeds are kind of impossible for us to digest, so to get those good sources of fats you have to actually grind those seeds and turn it into a powder. You can sprinkle it on food. Once food has cooled down, you can throw it into smoothies, put it on yogurt. It is a great source of omega-3s and omega-6s. Some people don't actually know that flax is an actual great source of essential nutrients along with amino acids. It almost has a complete amino acid profile, which is a great thing because a lot of people can be, especially little ones, can be deficient in protein and amino acids. So this is a great source of fats and amino acids. Walnuts. Walnuts are amazing for the brain because they look like a brain. Actually, if you actually look at a walnut and crack it open, it looks like a brain. Any kind of fruit or vegetable that looks like something in the body is going to definitely be used for that specific part. So walnuts for the brain. If you look at beets, beets kind of look like a liver, and beets are actually really good for the liver too. So kind of keep that little keep that in mind a little bit. Olive oil. Always buy cold pressed olive oil because it is preserving all those nutrients, good sources of fat in the olive oil. Consuming olive oil, olives, all fantastic for the body. Great source of fat. Extra virgin olive oil is the highest quality of olive oil you can purchase, which would be the one that I would recommend for people to be buying. And olive oil actually helps protect the arteries. 6th fat that I recommend is hemp seeds. Hemp seeds are a great source and an equal source of omega-3s and omega-6s. I want to make a note that a lot of people are already getting a lot of omega-6s in their diet. Unfortunately, they're coming from damaged sources, and it's not going to really do anything for the body, and it's actually going to harm the body a lot more than it's going to do any kind of benefit. Omega-6s and 3s are both essential, so hemp seeds actually have both and at an equal amount, which is fantastic. It's good for the brain, good for eyes, and it's also a great source of fiber. And for 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds, you'll be getting 8 grams of protein, which is amazing. So I sprinkle that on my yogurt, in my oatmeal, in smoothies. If I make Liam and I smoothies in the day, I put that in our smoothies. So it is just an all-around great seed to be consuming. 7th one is almonds. I love almonds. They're great to snack on when you're needing some more energy. If you're a little hungry, almonds are a great snack to provide for your little one as well too, because it's nice to grab quickly and just to snack on. Almonds are high in fiber. It's beneficial to consume almonds because it reduces chances of heart disease and colon cancer because of the fiber. It also is a source of protein. In 1/3 cup of almonds, you will be getting 8 grams of protein. Hey man, I'm almost done, and then we're going to go outside and play.
I want that.
Okay. Butter. Butter is also great. I personally and Liam can't digest butter, so I use coconut oil instead. But if you can digest butter, always buy grass-fed butter because it is not coming from conventional farming practices where they're fed grains. Grass is what cows naturally eat. So buying grass-fed butter, you're going to be getting a lot of great nutrients in there. It is also a saturated fat, and it's stable to cook with, bake with.
Doing?
I'm making a video.
Can I join with you?
Of course you can.
Hello, banana cheese.
Chia seeds are the last source of fat that I recommend people to eat or recommend toddlers to eat because chia seeds are a great source of fiber, omega-6 and omega-3s, which is amazing to be getting. I love making chia puddings. If you guys want to see my chia pudding recipe, put a thumbs up down at the bottom and I would love to share that with you, make a video and show you how to make it, show you different types of chia puddings that I like to make for Liam and I. So I want to actually put in an 11 top fat for toddlers because it is such an important fat as well too. So eggs, farm fresh eggs are fantastic for your little one, especially if they can eat it and digest it. I strongly recommend children to be eating eggs because it is a great source of choline, and choline is really needed for brain development. It also has omega-3s in it, which are really needed for the body as well, like I just mentioned. All of these fats that I have mentioned in this video are all fats that I give to Liam, except for the ones that have dairy, like butter. But pretty much everything else I feed to him. I don't give them all to him on a daily basis, but I do pick a variety of different things to be giving him, just to enjoy and to get different nutrients and not giving him the same food every day. So he's getting a variety of different vitamins, minerals, fibers, essential fats in his diet. I actually also forgot to mention...
Mommy, what are you doing again?
Sorry, I actually also forgot to mention pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds, if you have a boy, pumpkin seeds are really good for zinc and it is needed for male reproductive health.
Let's go!
Okay guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you really like it, subscribe down at the bottom here, wherever on this side or this side, I don't know. Down here, subscribe wherever it says subscribe down here in this bottom little area is... You're so silly. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the base. I'm going to be talking about the baseline of what fats are, how fats are. Don't mind what is going on in the back here. I have my turkey getting dressed. We're going to go outside and play for a little bit. The gallbladder, which produces bile to emulsify those fats. To emulsify those fats. No, not in the video, not.
How is that? How banana pie?
Banana pie? What is a banana pie?
That's from Calvin County Spooky Castle.
Don't they say blueberry pie?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell your joke? Do you want to tell your joke? Do you want to tell your joke? What's a ghost's favorite